Thank you all so much for being here. I'm excited to say that we are about to wrap up our first ever summit with the Roosevelt Initiative, and I think it has been a great day, and I hope everyone has found a lot of value in a lot of what has been shared from entrepreneurs, from change makers, policymakers, and been able to see a vision for the arena after what we talked about this morning. So please give it all up for yourselves one time for being here all day, listening to so many speakers. We really appreciate it. And before we move on, I'd really like to invite someone up to the stage that we'd really like to honor for a moment. So Admiral Gallaudet, if you would please come step up. If you missed it earlier, Admiral Gallaudet, he was our first member of our board of directors, and he has been an ardent supporter. He signed up almost on the spot for what he has been offered, and we are really so thankful. So Admiral, I would love to present to you really fast, if you would mind, an award for your continued support of the Roosevelt Initiative and for a lifetime of continuing the commitment to Theodore Roosevelt's legacy. Of course, and I'd like if you would like to say a few words, please.
Absolutely, Jason. First, let me shake your
Of course, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Very unexpected. Well, yes, I'll just say a few things. In addition to the remarks I made this morning, really a fan of this initiative and everything it embraces about conservation, American leadership, and the economic prosperity piece. But also, by the way, a book about Roosevelt's time in the Amazon is called River of Doubt. And it is a compelling read. I strongly suggest you check it out or get the audiobook like I did. And I think what's interesting is, and not said maybe all the time about Roosevelt, is he had grit. Of course, people know about the Rough Riders and during the Spanish-American War. And interestingly, my daughter is a midshipman at the Naval Academy, and her company's nickname is the Rough Riders. How about that? Yes, proud of her for serving her country. But really, just thank you for the opportunity to be a plank owner, as they say in the Navy, for the Roosevelt Initiative's board. And really looking forward to more growth and continuing on his amazing legacy. So, Jason, thank you, and thank you all.
Thank you, Admiral. So that being said, I mean, please, I'd love if you join everyone in the audience for what we're about to discover next, or if you'd like to stay up here with us because you're such a big part of it. So people want to know always what's next, right? We have had this wonderful summit. It's been our first. And quick little history about the Roosevelt Initiative. We are only about 2 years old, and we have spent the last 2 years lobbying directly to policymakers in Washington, D.C. about these issues. And what we've noticed that is next is we need to include more people. We need to include more individuals in our work, bringing Theodore Roosevelt's legacy to every American and bringing it to Congress, to bringing it to policymakers to see a world and an America that we can all be proud of in these areas. I mean, I would love to share this from earlier. We started our day off with this. Our day reflects the time of Theodore Roosevelt. The recent elections have had some of the highest voter turnout since elections of Theodore Roosevelt's day. 67% of voters are concerned about monopolies and corporate power. Public lands and national parks are at the forefront of American minds, and as Admiral Gallaudet can comment, American power is shifting internationally. We are at an inflection point much like Theodore Roosevelt's time. And our team can only do so much, being in DC, being able to share these issues with policymakers. But what we have covered so much today is that citizens matter. That is the reason our summit today has been titled Citizens in the Arena. We want even more civic engagement. We want more voter turnout, no matter the result. We want more people to be engaged and step into the arena. So because of that, we are proud to announce the next step of what the Roosevelt Initiative is, and that is the Roosevelt Alliance. We are structured currently as a 501c4. The Roosevelt Alliance will be a partner 501c3 that is going to be structured as a membership organization to allow the everyday American to join our work, to join what it is that we do in DC, and be able to support, to be able to make an impact in their local community, to be able to start a chapter with us and organize events to educate people about the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt, conservation, natural resources, to also support the creation of jobs, job opportunities, apprenticeships across the country, because change starts with every individual. The Roosevelt Initiative will continue to serve and work in DC directly with lawmakers, but we will be focusing so much more of our efforts in engaging citizens with the Roosevelt Alliance, because we believe that the next step is to bring people together and in an alliance inspired by the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt. So I want to have Admiral Gallaudet for a moment speak to what it means to bring these kind of people together, and then I'd love to invite everybody into how we can all be a part of it.
Well, terrific, Jason. Let's give him a round of applause for this wonderful evolution of such a fantastic initiative. And I can speak to this quite well. I'll try to keep it short, but this idea of now forming partnerships is really essential for any modern day organization to move forward, and you see it everywhere really. In NOAA, when I worked for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, public-private partnerships were a key part of our advancing a conservation mission in this modern era, because it allowed us to leverage the latest technology, whether it be for fishery surveys or hydrographic surveys or our important weather safety mission, as well as bring all Americans into the game. So we advanced citizen science, for example. And I think I want to go back to the last presentation, because this is really, I think, a nice example, and that is exploration to advance conservation. Nowhere is that more apt than the ocean, and Tim Kearns knows this, because the oceans are so unexplored. In the U.S., our seafloor has only been mapped by about 25%. Globally, the ocean volume has not even 10% of that has been explored. So the more we can explore, the more we can know about the ocean, the more we can better manage it and conserve its valuable resources. And that's one example of the many that we're covering here in the Roosevelt Alliance. So good step forward. Happy to have a conversation for a bit and get your input. And back to you, Jason. Of course.
So as it comes to this of getting everybody into the arena, we invite everyone to become a member of the Roosevelt Alliance. We plan to have events around the nation. We will have a membership structure that allows different levels of engagement based off of how you can contribute, how you can be a part of what we do. We intend to start local chapters. We are already in the process of inviting local chapters to be formed at universities, at community levels, to get people into the arena. We will continue to provide news and education about the happenings in DC and nationwide in the areas we care about to all of our members, as well as the greater public. We aim to connect citizens and government with this initiative and with this alliance. And most importantly, we want to spread the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt. We want more people to know who he is, what he stood for, and be able to step into their own arena the way that he would have wanted them to. And we're going to do that by advancing policy and civic engagement nationwide. So I invite everybody, please, after we go through the goal of engaging Americans in bipartisan advocacy, to please join and become a member of the Roosevelt Alliance and enter the arena today. We hope you will join us, and we have a little gift for everybody on the way out. We have some lovely tote bags that have the Roosevelt Alliance brand for everyone who has participated today. We have these fancy Challenger coins that you can put on your desk and remember that you were part of the founding of the Roosevelt Alliance. And we invite everybody, please, to pick one up on your way out and share the good word with everyone at EarthX and then going on abroad. So please, enter the arena today. We are so excited to have you with the Roosevelt Alliance, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. So.